Everybody, welcome back to the Work and Talk podcast, the podcast for tradespeople, by tradespeople. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that's pretty hush-hush, a little taboo, and it's, can you lower your prices? We're going to find out today. And I can't wait to dive into this topic because it's personally one of my favorites. Because once again, as we know, throughout the industry, there's a lot of things that are said, yet there's a lot of things that people don't really take to heart. There's a lot of things where people say, you should never do this, or this is the way it has to go. But behind closed doors, people are asking, is that so? One of those things is, can you lower your price? And we're going to see why that's needed to be discussed. Why do we have to talk about pricing? What is pricing? What's cost? Today, we're going to talk about the high cost of low pricing. And we're going to figure out that topic and we're going to dive into it today. And I want to hear your thoughts. Can you lower your price? Did you hear what I said? Can you lower your price? Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Or should you lower your price? Can, should. This is the podcast for tradespeople, by tradespeople. We're building builders and leaders. So if you guys are in a leadership position, I want you to start asking these questions yourselves. Can you is completely different from should. Two different questions. Can you lower your price? Should you lower your price? Those are two completely different questions. You may have two completely different answers. Let's talk about that today. So have you ever been tempted to lower a price? Let's say it's been 2-3 days, you haven't had a job yet. Let's say your guys are slowing off on work. You're milking a job that you're currently at because you have nowhere else to put them. Guess what happens? Your prices are going low, 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 or your profit margins are starting to go low, low, low because you have nowhere to send them. So now you start panicking. We've all been there. You start panicking, you just need some money coming in. Remember, some money is better than no money. When you are getting choked out, some air is better than no air. Because sometimes you just need a little money just to get you through a day where the next day you can hit it bigger. And you can now, hey, recoup. You can get your wits. You know, that's why so many people wait for the bell. So many people wait for the horn. So many people run out the clock just so they can get a second to breathe. And guess what happens? That little breath becomes a lifeline for you. So have you ever been in that position where, man, it's getting kind of tight. Man, you know, the calls aren't coming in, or you won a few jobs, but now you're waiting. The start date hasn't been decided. Now you're there, you're sitting, you're getting antsy, you're at a job, you're like, oh my God, I got nothing for my guys tomorrow. So you take a job and you say, I'll just do it for a few bucks. Just to keep the lights on, just to keep them busy, just to get my guys to do something. Because the worst feeling as a homeowner, the worst feeling as a contractor especially, is having your guys have to stay home because you can't give them a full week. Tell me that's not a feeling you guys have to deal with. The feeling of saying, hey guys, stay home today because we don't have work. That's a direct feeling. That's a gut feeling. Oh. True or not, you as a contractor, myself as a business owner, when you have to tell your guys, hey, I can't provide you a full-time work a week, oh man, that's going to eat at you. When you can't take care of your guys, when you can't give them the stuff that they need, when you can't even give them a full schedule, that's a different feeling. Because that's basically recognizing you didn't do what you had to do as a leader to keep them taken care of. Even worse when it goes in when you can't even pay your guys. Oh my God, that's another feeling. That's a nightmare. I wish on no man. Because you already have the responsibilities for you and your family. Now you're talking about another individual who has his own life, who has his own bills, who has his own family, and now you are not there to provide for him. What's worse than that is sending him to a job that's not going to make any money and expecting everything to go good. That's an even worse feeling. So when you pass off these jobs, and then you are facing the real reality of, I don't have enough to keep my guys busy, what are you going to do? What I appreciate about a lot of you guys is that you're thinking twice. You're going through the motions. You're thinking about what's going to be good, what's not going to work out for my guys. Because at the end of the day, you're running your own company, you're running your own numbers. So in reality, only you know when's the best time to lower your price. Remember, can you? We all understand, or for the most part, you can. Should you? You shouldn't. Or is there opportunities out there? Well, before you make a decision on should you or can you, let's go over some of the statistics that is based out of this Department of Labor, based off of projects, construction throughout the industry in 2024. So over here it says approximately 85 of construction projects experience cost overruns with an average overrun of 28%. So more than 8 out of 10 contractors, all right, their projects overrun. So you guys are already lower bidding. So forget about lowering your prices intentionally. 8 out of 10 of you guys are already bidding the job lower. So when people say, I can't lower my price, that may be true because 8 out of 10 of us are already underbidding. And guess what happens? A lot of these jobs have delays, and all these are going to cost more to the contractor, which comes out to a quarter more in revenue or a quarter more in cost. So if you're bidding a job $1,000 and it's delays by 28%, you're basically looking at $1,280 you should have bid for. But then you'll have that into a conversation. Why did it overrun? Why did it get delayed? Is it because of the workforce shortage? Is it because you just didn't plan well? The material was out of stock? All these different things come into play. But if you're supposed to break it down, 8 out of 10 of us are already underbidding by 28%. So that's just to put into perspective. So that's a big chunk of us that we're actually facing that type of issue. So that's pretty interesting. This is, once again, by the Department of Labor, Propeller Aero, or Neural Eject. These are 2 different sources where you can look up this information and do your own research. Over here, it also talks about different types of consequences that we can start facing as contractors. And it goes to, underbidding can lead to significant financial losses, project delay, and compromised quality. And that's true. Once you start sweating, once you start recognizing in your head, because I feel like, true or not, if you guys are contractors, you can relate to me. We bid a price, we get the job, we start working, and we start getting gut feelings because we know it's a day job, 2-day job, 3-day job. Mentally, we don't know how much, every minute task item we're getting, but we have it internally, just like a taxi stand has that running tab. We have that tab internally, and we are just feeling, we should be done by now. Oh my God, we're running out of money. You start feeling the sweat behind your neck, you start rushing, you start working the later nights because you're trying to get done by tomorrow. You overbook the schedule because if this gets delayed, now you got to start another project late. You start freaking out. And guess what? Just like our first video that we talked about, cutting corners, this is when we start feeling it. This is when we start getting tempted. Are we going to avoid those red flags? Let's find out together. But ultimately, it's going to harm you as the contractor. It's going to harm your reputation because at the end of the day, this is the product, this is the service that you're offering. And guess what? If you give a crappy product, not only did you underbid, but now you left a bad reputation. And you trust me, you don't want to be that contractor. I'm telling you guys, one of the biggest pet peeves that I personally have is you're going on a job site and you hear a contractor already complaining. It's freaking day 1. And this guy's out here already saying, oh my God, I'm not making any money on this job. Then why the hell are you here? Have you ever been on a job? Comment down below. Have you ever been on a job site where you show up, you hear another contractor saying, oh, I don't know, we're not even making money on this job. Why are you here? Just go home because it's not our fault. It's not anybody else's fault. You're a grown man, grown woman, grown man who didn't know how to bid appropriately for this job. And you're complaining on day 1. Get out of here. That's the type of people, those are the type of builders that we don't want to, moving forward. We're building builders, we're building leaders, and it all starts with understanding the industry, understanding our market. And right now it's telling us, right now, 8 out of 10 of us are underbidding by 28%. Put that into perspective, have that adjust your numbers, Verify this stuff on the Department of Labor for yourselves and adjust your numbers accordingly, guys, okay? So once again, we're seeing 8 out of 10 of us are already underbid a project by 28%. So when somebody tells you, can you lower your price? The first thing you're going is like, I'm already not making money because of your underbidding. But if you priced properly, if you understood your cost, if you understood your burden rates, if you understood your numbers, and you're pricing appropriately and doing everything within your power, can you lower it? That goes from a no to a yes. Remember, leaders process this stuff. Next thing, should I lower my price? What type of individual is this? Does he have good character? Can I trust him? Is there vision? Awesome. Let's consider it. If it's good character, good trust, let's take this one on the chin. He may give us another job. He may give us a strategic partnership that we don't know about. Have that conversation of a partnership. Say, hey, I'll do these 6 projects for you for this year. Instead of trying to make big money on every job, how about this? I'll lower my prices strategically. If you give me a contract price for the full year and you give me all, now you don't have to worry about job to job. You're not worrying anymore. Job to job, day to day, check to check. You're looking at one lump sum year. And if your guys are busy for a year, think about it. How easy that's going to be for you now. Because now you use that time, instead of using it to chase work, to either be more productive, more efficient, or look for more work. Expand, buying back your time. It's a topic that keeps coming up. How do you buy back your time? There's many ways of doing that. I want to know your ideas. Let me know down below. But now you're strategically thinking, should you? You grade him. But let's say he has bad character. Let's say you don't trust this guy. It's the first time you're meeting him. His job sites are sloppy. He has no vision. Are you going to now take it on the chin for a guy that you don't trust? Now, hey, if you do that, what's going to reflect? What's the possibility of that going south? That's for you to decide. Okay? Is it worth it? That's a tough one. That's going to be a tough one. If you're in a tight pinch, do you have any other opportunities? The reality is sometimes we're going to take it. But how can you overcome it if you do take it? You have to do everything in your power to document, check, communicate, make that as efficient as possible. Because once you sign that deal with the devil, you're stuck with it. And what do we see so many contractors face? They jump into a project, contractors like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Take care of me, scratch my back, I scratch yours, you lower your price. You do a job, he doesn't pay on time. Then he gives you another job. And then he says what again? Hey, take care of me again, I'll give you another work. But you already lowered the first one. So now instead of owning and having a true partnership, you're in a downward spiral of always lowering your prices. That's something you guys want to avoid. As leaders, as builders, you want to understand, hey, maybe there's sometimes our second video we made, you got to say no to a customer. Okay, guys? Keep that in mind. But with all these things in mind, it comes down to lowering your prices. We see what's going to cost you as a business to keep lowering your prices, and it's not good. 85% of us are already lower bidding. And guess what? We're losing a quarter of that work, that revenue, that profit that we're supposed to be making. And if you guys are bidding 20 to 30% profit, if we're underbidding by 20 to 30%, you're already making no profit. That's your profit margins. If you finish it, you're making 2% profit. If you bid at 30, bro, all of this is data. All of this is written online for you. If you guys are builders, if you guys are leaders, do the research within your industry. Remember, the structure in which you operate your business is based off of your industry. Your industry is going to tell you what's standard, what's average, what's high, what's low. You as a builder, you as a leader have to do that research. No one else is going to do it for you. Are you in here? Are you in business to just get by? No. We all came to business to give a life for ourselves. We all came to business to hit it. There's a small window that you're going to be successful. We risked it all. We quit our jobs. We put our families on hold because we have a chance of making it big. And now you're telling me for a little research, for a little self-development, for a little data, you're not going to do that research? Come on, guys. then this is not, you're going to be that guy who jumps onto the job site that I had a problem with. Oh my God, I'm not going to make money. It's day one. Why the hell are you in a bad mood? Be grateful. Look at the opportunities. Price appropriately. If the guy's not going to take your job, then find another contractor. There is so much within your power. What I hate is contractors looking for excuses, contractors who are always negative, contractors blaming their circumstance on other people when 90% of the opportunities in front of you are within your control. You decide who you're going to be with. You decide how much you're going to charge. You decide on understanding everything on your industry. And when you put that stuff together, bro, you have nothing to worry about when it comes to pricing because you understand the cost, you understand your numbers, and guess what? There's going to be no cost to lowering your prices if you do it strategically. But the reality is, are you going to do that? I want to know down below, are you willing to change? Are you willing to develop? Are you willing to put yourself through the circumstances to understand what your industry needs? If so, you are a builder. If so, you are a leader. And we want to run with you guys. And that's why here at Energize Us, that's why here at Build, that's why here on the Work and Talk podcast, we're tradespeople talking to other tradespeople because we need more builders, we need more leaders. And that's going to come with understanding everything you do within your industry. And I can't wait to work with you guys. I can't wait to build with you guys. And I can't wait to lead with you guys. So if you guys found any of this useful, any of it, I want to know your answer down below. Can you lower your price? Should you lower your price? Two different questions. Is it the same answer? I want to hear from you guys. Thanks everybody for joining us on this week of the Work and Talk podcast. See you next week. Bye.